Morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much again for watching this. Thank you so much again for taking your time and watching us. My name is Bondoza the Builder. I'm a certified life coach. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a publisher. I'm also a a person who just loves people, just a person who loves making a difference and trying to build people. One thing that I always say is that come on and bring your paper and pen so that we build together one brick at a time. Thank you so much for supporting our broadcast since we started. We are growing in leaps and bounds, and I'm so grateful for everyone who shares this, for everyone who does these things. I'm so grateful for everyone who shares this broadcast so that we can all make a difference. Thank you. Let me see. Hey, welcome, Sbongile Suna Mabena. Welcome, my sister. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I'm so humbled. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. What I want us to do, guys, is I want us to share. See, when we share, it generates more people to come and to see the broadcast. And when we comment or we just press that like button or that love button, whatever that you press, it helps to generate. But thank you so much, guys, for taking time and for taking your time to share. I know people are busy. It's during the day. Other people are at work. Other people are in school. Other people are doing their own things. But I'm so grateful and thankful for the opportunity to come and build with you. One of the things that since we started, like I've said, we've seen a growth in what we are doing, and we also have a WhatsApp group called the Builders Army, the community. If you want to join that group, please inbox me. I will send you the link so that you can join us, because there are a lot of things that we are doing in that group as well, where we are building each other in terms of business, in terms of personal life, in terms of how to reach certain goals. So if you want to join that group, inbox me, or I'll leave a link on my timeline. There's a link of what we are doing in that group. If you want to join that community of Builders Army, please like or link that take that link, and then you will see, you'll find us there, right? So today we don't want to waste time. Today we are talking about the importance of building through collaborations. The importance of building through collaborations. Today we are talking about building through collaborations. We've spoken about building through friendships or building through relationships. And we're not only talking about love relationships per se, but we're talking about any type of relationship. It may be a love relationship, it may be a friendship, but anything that falls under relationship or us having to do things with other people, that is important for us to understand that we can be able to build with that. But today we are talking about building through collaboration. That is key. How to build through collaborations. One thing that I want us to understand today, what is a collaboration? A collaboration is simply when someone you go in agreement with someone to say, okay, there's a project. I want you and me to go forward and do this project. When you do that, you are going in collaboration with someone. When you do that, you are going into collaboration with that someone. But I want us, before we get into that, I want us to understand and make a difference between collaborating and partnership, because most of the time we think the two are the same and are not the same. There's a difference when you are collaborating with someone, and there is a difference when we are going into partnership with someone, and those things are two different things. One thing that I want to say is that, like I said, when you are collaborating, we are basically getting into an agreement with someone. We are basically getting into an agreement with someone to say, this is the goal, this is the project, this is what we want, this is what I want us to do, and the person agrees, and then you forge forward in that. But the difference between collaborating and partnership is this: when you collaborate, you are not, when you collaborate with something, there is nothing that is binding. There is nothing that you need to know about me in terms of my personal stuff that I do in my business and whatever. We're just collaborating to do a project, and maybe we say 50-50, whatever, whether it involves money or not. But when we collaborate, we just come together to say, okay, this is what we want to do, and this is a project, and this is what we want to accomplish. That's what we call collaborating. And in collaboration, when we collaborate, we don't do long-term collaborations. We don't collaborate for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years. When we collaborate, we can collaborate for 2 weeks. We can collaborate for a week. We can collaborate for 3 weeks, as long as the project is known. With, okay, we are collaborating to do this. The plan is to accomplish this. The goal is this. The goal is to accomplish. Then that's what we call collaborating. But when we talk about partnerships now we are talking about something that is more formal. When you go in partnership with someone, we are talking about something that is more formal, where maybe even contract has to be jotted down and contract has to be made, because in partnerships, that's where money is involved, that's where contracts are involved, that's where long-term goals are involved. So that's the difference between the two, to put it simple. So when we collaborate, like I said, it's mostly about short-term goals. We've got a project that we want to do, and most it doesn't involve even money, where we come together and say, let's help here, let's do this, let's do that. That's collaborating. But when we talk about partnership, we are talking about something that is more formalized, like I said, something that is more contractual based, where we will have to write or sign something formal so that we can say now we are partnering. And most of the time, partnership involves long-term goals, where you have to know now about my bank balance, you have to know about my things that I need to do. That's partnership, right? So that's collaboration, the difference between collaborating and partnership. But today I want to talk about collaborating. So partnership I will talk about maybe next week, so that I take one thing at a time. But now I want you to know that there's a difference between collaborating and partnership. Those things are not the same. But today we are talking about collaborating. Why? Okay, now I want us to understand there's one thing that I want us to get. When we talk about collaboration is important. Why collaboration is important? Why collaborating is key? Why do we have to collaborate, especially when we're in business, especially when there's something that you are building? Because I believe that all of us, there's something that we are building. No one is here just to spend time, unless you don't know your purpose, unless you don't know what God has blessed you with, unless you don't know your gifts and talents. That's something different. But I believe that each and every one of us, we've got something significant that God has blessed us with to build, whether it's your marriage, whether it's women's ministry, whether it's business, whether it's anything that you find yourself having to do, anything that you have found yourself to, that you are purposed to do. That is what God has called you to do. But today we are talking about you having to collaborate, to make the plan, to bring the plan to fruition. You having to collaborate to make things happen. All right. So like I said, I've explained what collaboration is, but I want you to understand that collaboration is a tool. That's number one. I've got 5 things that I will share with you today, but I want you for number one, I want you to know that when you collaborate, you can use collaboration as a tool. I want you to see collaborating with other people or having to join hand in hand with other people as a tool. That's number one. You can write that down. Collaborating or collaboration can be used as a tool. Tool for what? You see, sometimes we waste time. Sometimes we don't know how to do certain things because we new in that field. But when you collaborate with people who are already in that field, when you collaborate with those people, what you do, you are redeeming time. I want us to understand, that's number 2, that when you collaborate with other people, when you come jointly with other people, what that does for you, you are redeeming time. When you collaborate, one thing about collaboration helps you to redeem time. It makes things to be quick. Why? Because when we collaborate, I don't have to do everything on my own. When I come in partnership with you, I don't have to do everything. It's like, and that there's nothing, everything is not on me. If if there is 5 of us, then we divide everything between the 5 of us. So the weight gets to be lifted on me. Why? Because now I'm no longer doing everything myself. So number one, I want us to understand that when we are collaborating, when we come in partnership with other people, we are using a tool. Collaboration is a tool. Collaborating is a tool. I want us to understand one. Number 2, when you collaborate, collaboration is a strategy. I want you to understand that's number 2. That when you come in partnership, when you come in collaborating or collaboration with other people, you are using a strategist. Why? Because when you collaborate, you make things quick. When you come into collaboration with other people, things get to be done quickly. Number 2, things get to be done effectively. Number 3, things get to be done progressively. I'm going to repeat that. When you come in collaboration with other people, number one, collaboration, what gives you? It gives you that things should be done quickly. Things get to be done quickly because now the weight is not only on you, but the weight is on other people. That means now collaboration speed up things, makes things to be more quicker. So when you collaborate, things will happen quicker. That's number one. When you collaborate, things will be done effectively. That's number two. Number three, when you collaborate, things will be done effectively and progressively. I want you to understand. So we started, for the sake of those who just watch in now, I'm going to go back. I've said why do we have to collaborate? The importance of building through collaboration. I'm going to repeat. One, when we collaborate, number one, understand that collaboration is a tool. Number one, when you go into collaboration with people, you've got a tool called collaboration. Number two, when you collaborate, collaboration helps you to get things done quickly. That's number two. It helps you to do things effectively, and it helps you to get things to be done progressively. So that's the power of collaboration, because collaboration is not only a tool, but collaboration is a strategy that helps you to do things quickly, to do things effectively, and to do things progressively. Those are the three things. Number three, collaboration is the greatest equalizer. I want you to understand that when you get into partnership with other people, when you get into collaboration or collaborating with other people, collaboration is the greatest equalizer. Things that you could have done for 6 months, you will do them for 3 months. Why? Because the weight is no longer on you. It equalizes time when you collaborate, because there are people who are blessed in certain skills. You are also blessed in certain skills. When you come together and join those skills together, you equalize, you redeem time. Things get to be done quickly. Things get to be done effectively. Things get to be done progressively. Why? Because you have come into collaboration. That's why I said that when you collaborate, the weight is not only on you, but the weight is also on the people that we are sharing responsibilities with. So don't be an island. Most of us, because we have done things before, we always want to take things and do that on our own. But today I want us to encourage us that it is key for us to collaborate, because when you collaborate, the weight not only stands on you or be on you, but when you collaborate, things get to be done quickly, things get to be done effectively, and things get to be done progressively. But what is key again, when you collaborate with other people, when you come in partnership with other people, things get to be done. You equalize the time, you redeem the time. Like I said, things get to be done effectively, right? Then number four, remember, when you collaborate, you're not only sharing tasks, but you are also sharing ideas, skills, and connection with the people that you're collaborating with. Again, that is important. Remember, when you come into collaboration with people, you're not only sharing a task to say, this is the goal, this is what we want to do, this is the mandate, this is what we want to do. But what comes out of collaboration, number one is sharing of ideas. Number two, we are not only sharing ideas with the people, but we are sharing a skill, whether it's a person or a bunch of people. Number three, we are not only sharing a task or a skill, but we are also forming connections, because it's important for us to form connections. You are as good as your network. If you want to progress in life, you need to check your network. If you are not progressive in life, check who are the people in your circle. So your network, as we always say, determines your net worth. Why? Because when you come into collaboration with people, not only we are sharing a task with them, we are also sharing skills, we are also sharing ideas, but most importantly, you are also sharing connectivity. Those people become your skill. Those people become not only your skill, but becomes your net worth. And your net worth becomes your network. So the two always goes together. Show me your friends, I will tell you your future. Tell me your friends, I will show you your future. Why? Because your network determines your network. Your network determines which door is going to open next. So it's important for us to understand that as we collaborate with people, understand that when you collaborate with people, one thing that comes out, or three things that comes out when you collaborate with people. One, we are not only sharing a task, but we are sharing ideas. We are also sharing skill set. There's an exchange that happens when you collaborate with people, because we are all all skilled in different fields. That's why collaborating or collaboration is key, because I am good at something, you are good at something, somebody else is good at something. And when we collaborate, things get to be done quickly and effectively and progressively. Why? Because we are all blessed in different skills, of which all of us have found a domain in those things. So I want you to understand that when you collaborate, you are using collaboration as a tool that equalizes or that redeems time. And also when you collaborate, what happens is that you are not only sharing a task with people. It's not something that we are just doing. You are sharing skills, you are sharing ideas, but most importantly, we are sharing connectivity with those people. All right. So that's what was number 4. Before we can talk even about partnership, because before I spoke, we talk about the difference between collaboration and partnership. Those things are two different things. And before we can talk about partnership, I think next week I'll do a video where I will talk about partnership and the importance of partnership. But today, as we are talking about collaboration or collaborating, I want you to understand that before you can even start to collaborate with other people or to go in partnership with other people, collaboration is important. I will make this example so that we can all understand what I'm talking about. You see, collaboration is like dating. You see, when you date a person, it doesn't solidify that you guys are in a relationship. Those are two different things. You see, when we collaborate, there is nothing formal in collaboration. We are just doing things informally just to do a certain task. But when we get into partnership, partnership is more formal, where we have to jot down what you call contract, where I have to know your financial status, where I have to know your financial balance. Why? Because that's where we're going to put money. That's where we're going to put our efforts. That's where we're going to put our heart into that. So partnership and collaboration are two different things. But the mistakes that most of us we have made, we went straight to partnership. We went straight to partnership where we have put money, where we have put our efforts, where we have put our will to that task. And we found out that the people that we went into partnership with, they were not ethical people. They were not trustworthy people. They were not people that we can rely on. So it's important to understand that before you can collaborate or before you can go into partnership with people, first start by collaborating. Why? Because in collaborating, that's where you get to learn their work ethic. You get to learn about their ethics. You get to learn about their business ethics and their acumen. That's where you get to learn about who they are. What are the things that they value, so that by the time you with them, so sorry about that, guys. So by the time you go into partnership with those people, now you have seen them, or you have pictured them, or you have seen them where you have seen them in collaborations. Because in collaboration, there is nothing formal that we do. It's where we sass each other. That's why I made an example about dating. Now you see, when we date, we are not in a relationship. We are just getting to know each other. What type of a person you are? What do you like? What are your values? What is your culture? What are the things that you don't like? What is it that you want to do? What are the things that you want to pursue? When I'm dating you, we are in that stage. But when we are in a partnership, we have passed the dating stage. That means we do everything together. You must know my worth. You must know what is my bank account. You must know how much is my business doing. Why? Because we are already in partnership. So I want us to understand those things and say those things. That's number 4. Number 5, we said when you are collaborating, it's where we learn about each other. Like I said, we learn about our ethics, we learn about our beliefs, we learn about our culture, and those things are important. Like I said, the mistakes that we have made, most of us, we went straight to partnership with people. It's like it's like not dating a person and then the next morning you are getting married. It's the same thing that we do in business. It's the same mistakes that we do when we have to form organizations and businesses and all those things. Because we don't check those things. We go straight to partnership, while we must start and suss each other out where in collaborations. Because in collaboration, I'm not putting everything in. That's where I suss you out. That's why I check you out. That's why I check your beliefs. That's why I check your ethics. That's why I check your status. That's why I check you. Why? Those things are important for us to do before we go in partnership. So partnership, like I said, partnership is not a dating stage. Collaboration is where we are dating. and partnership is where we are in a relationship. I hope that makes sense. Ne? Collaborating, when we are collaborating, it's like we are in a dating phase where we're getting to know each other. We are not putting everything in. That's number one. Number two, when we are in partnership, that's where we are dating. That's where we are in a relationship now. That's where we are going all in, right? And then lastly, collaborating is more like dating, like I said. It is important that we don't skip the stage of collaborating before we form partnerships. I want us to understand, guys, that like I said in our previous videos, we spoke about the long-term goals, the difference between long-term goals and short-term goals. Short-term goals, something that we do for a week or 2 weeks or a month. Those are short terms. Long-term goals are goals that we do for a year, for 2, for 3. In this instant, again, it is important that before, like I said, I'm going to repeat this again, before you go into partnership with people, first do small-term goals with them. And where do we do small-term goals? In collaboration. In collaborating. When we collaborate, we are doing small-term goals. And when we go in partnership with people, that's where we do long-term goals. All right. So I want to talk about the don'ts, things that we don't have to do, or something that I'm going to just name one thing. Most of the things you're going to get them on our masterclass when we're going to do our masterclass. And like I said, please, guys, do subscribe on our WhatsApp channel. That's where we have exclusive content, things that we speak about. Go there and be a part of that. That's why we talk about the most of these things. Lastly, this is what I want to say. Don't collaborate with people whom you don't share common goals with. That's number one. Don't collaborate with people whom you don't share common goals with. That's number one. Number two, don't collaborate with people whom when you get into that project, it means nothing to them. You see, that's a mistake that we do. You must collaborate on project where something means something to you, and that something means something to the people that you're collaborating with, because that's where you suss them. That's where you check them out, what kind of people they are. If you collaborate with people in things that doesn't make any sense, or doesn't mean anything to them, those people are not going to give themselves into that project. Those people, they're not going to go all in. Those people, they're just going to do things for the sake of doing them. Why? Because those things mean nothing to them. So even when we collaborate, before we go into partnership with people, check if those people, what you are getting into with them, does it mean something to them? Does it mean something into them? Is it something that you value? Because when we go into business or whatever collaboration, whether it's a church thing or whatever it is, you must know the people's values. You must check what do these people value. What is their culture? Like I said, what is their background? What is their beliefs? Those things are important. I've seen most of us, especially in business, we want to separate ourselves from business, and it's something that I'm going to share about in Builders Army, the community. These type of things that I'm going to be sharing about, that you cannot separate yourself from the business. You are your business, and most of the people that they want to separate their values and their beliefs out of what they are doing. You can't. Your business represents you. Your business represents your heartbeat. Your business represents your values. That's why when we go to this big corporate, you watch or you check their values. There's a vision that is written. There is mission that is written. But most importantly, there is values that are written. The value of each and every company represents their heartbeat. The value of every company represents their heartbeat. So is a human being that you get into a collaboration with. You don't just get into collaboration with anyone. You must know their values. Why? Because their values represent their heartbeat. If you go into a collaboration with somebody who is not honest, that person is bound to be not honest by finances. They are bound to be not honest about the day-to-day running of that business. So check the people that you go in collaboration with. We are not saying these things, you just need to go into collaboration with people. No. Background check is important. Vet people. Check that this person that I'm going into collaboration with, is he or she ethical? How do they treat people? How do they treat their family? How do they treat their friends? Check those things before you get into bed with those type of people. have in their businesses. My network is giving me problems, guys, but I hope you heard what I wanted to say. My network is giving me issues, but I just wanted to end by that. Check the people that you go into business with, vet them, check them how do they treat their families, check them how they treat their children, check them how they treat their families, check them out. Why? Because when you do that, you will see what they value. And if they don't value ethics, the same thing that they do in their personal life is going to be translated to the business side of things. And that is important to do. So today, I just wanted to talk about that. Next week, we'll talk about the power of building through a partnership, because there's a difference, like I said, there's a difference between collaborating and partnership. But today we're talking about the power of building through collaborations. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry about the network issues that have been keep on disturbing us, but please share the broadcast and call more people. Like I said, we've got a YouTube page where this content is going to be posted, and we also have a WhatsApp group where builders are meeting, where we are sharing ideas, where we are collaborating to build businesses, to build ourselves, and to build whatever goal that individuals have. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. My name is Pondoza the Builder, and I am building. Peace.